Alright, hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4. Today in this Orlando Wizards episode, we are not going to play a game. We are already in the first round bye, so I just wanted to show you guys the playoff bracket and what it looks like. So, this is us, the Orlando Wizards. We're the number 1 seed. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at that number 1 seed as well. So the wild card weekend goes as follows. The Chicago Bears are the number 2 seed, will be hosting the number 7 seed Detroit Lions. The New York Giants, the number 3 seed, will host the Philadelphia Eagles. And for the NFC wildcard weekend, final NFC wildcard game, the number 4 seed Arizona Cardinals will take on the number 5 seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now for the AFC, the Las Vegas Raiders are hosting the Baltimore Ravens in wildcard weekend. The Tennessee Titans will be hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. And the Miami Dolphins will be hosting the Denver Broncos. So this is our playoffs. We'll show you the statistics, how each team did this season. So both teams ended up 13-3, the Wizards and Buccaneers both. So did the Pittsburgh Steelers, so we both clinched the conference. However, the Chicago Bears and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, along with the Las Vegas Raiders, all claimed 13-3, but there could be only one team to claim that spot. That team is the Orlando Wizards. So, the Denver Broncos are 12-4 on the year. The Detroit Lions are also 12-4 on the season. The New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles landed at a 12-4 record. The Carolina Panthers were 10-6 but did not make postseason contention. The Los Angeles Chargers, Tennessee Titans, and Miami Dolphins all went in with a 10-6 record but did not make postseason contention. The Dallas Cowboys as well, same as Carolina, 10-6, no playoffs. Baltimore Ravens, they made the postseason with a 9-7 record. So did the Cincinnati. So the Bengals did not make it at a 9-7, nor did the Cleveland Browns. They were both 9-7 on the year. The Atlanta Falcons ended up 8-8. So did Kansas City. The Arizona Cardinals, the only NFC West team to play in this postseason, went 8-8. The Minnesota Vikings were 7-9. Indianapolis Colts and Los Angeles Rams ended up 6-10 on the year. Jaguars and Patriots both went 5-11. Seattle Seahawks went 4-2. The Buffalo Bills did go 3-13 on the year. The Green Bay Packers went 2-14. The Washington Football Team ended up 2-14. The San Francisco 49ers ended up 1-15 on the year. The Houston Texans did as well, so they were, I think, the first team not to qualify for the postseason. And the New York Jets go 0-16 for a second straight season. Now let's check out the team stats. Alright, Jaylon Jefferson, he had 2,743 passing yards this season. That's the most by any Wizard in the NFL. 128 for 127, 29 touchdowns, and 2 INTs this season. I don't think he did claim an INT at all in any of our videos anyway, but he did have a 146.3 passer rating. Jameis Winston ended up perfect with 158.3. Robert Griffin III, he was 5 for 8. He had 1 touchdown, and Andy Dalton, he just had 2 touchdowns for the Wizards this season. So, rushing wise, AP, he had 9 touchdowns on the year, 61 carries, 526 yards on the day. Quentin Adebayo, the rookie from Arizona State, he had 3 touchdowns, 54 carries in his rookie year. Jaylon Jefferson, he did have 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. And TJ Yeldon, he had 29 carries for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, Chris Godwin, he had 1,444 receiving yards with 15 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett had 1,235 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns. Gronk had 559 with 5 touchdowns. Marvin Jones, he had 3 touchdowns. Kenny Stills, TJ Yeldon, and David Njoku both had receiving touchdowns as well. Defensively, let's take a look at how well our defense did. Janoris Jenkins, he had the most sacks with 8 on the year. Bobby Wagner had 6.5. Cam Jordan had 6 sacks. Damar Harrison had 5.5. Marcus Davenport had 5 sacks. Quan Alexander, Rodney McLeod, and Harrison Smith had 2.5, while Harrison Smith just had 2. Jaleel Williams, Jimmy Smith, Carlos Dunlap, Saquon Hampton, and Gerald McCoy all claimed a sack. But the player who claimed the most interceptions was Patrick Peterson with 7 INTs, Richard Sherman with 4, Bobby Wagner with 2, and Quan Alexander with just 1. Did our team score any 2-point safeties? I don't think so. But Patrick Peterson did claim a defensive touchdown. I think this was an interception return for touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. But kick return wise, there was 4 kickoff return touchdowns with Marquise Lee. He had 38 kickoff returns, 1,339 yards, with 4 touchdowns this season. And he played all 16 games. Tyler Lockett, he only had 1 punt return for a touchdown this season, 22, 434. And he played all 16 games as well. He was also one of our leading receivers for our Orlando Wizards. Let's see if we lead. Who leads the most touchdowns punt return wise? And it was all tied with Jarvis Landry, Julian Edelman, and Andre Smith. But passing wise, let's see who has the most touchdowns this season. And it was Dak Prescott with 43, Tom Brady with 42, Drew Brees with 40, Mitch Trubisky had 39, but Jaylon Jefferson did have 29 touchdowns this year, so he had a pretty good season as well. And let's see who has the most sacks in the league this year. It was Calais Campbell with 15. J.J. Watt hit 14 sacks this year. Khalil Mack with 13. Nick Bosa with 11. Chris Brooks had 9.5. Bradley Chubb had 9 sacks. Aaron Donald, Eric Kendricks had 8.5 as well. And Bobby Wagner had 6.5. So that's pretty interesting to see there. All right, here's the great thing about our passing. We lead the league in passer ratings, but Jameis Winston, he picked up a perfect whopping 158.3. He didn't really play that much this year, but he had an 81 percentage in passing. But Jaylon Jefferson, 146.3 pass completion percentage was. All of these rookies, they all had 100%, so they didn't really play much as well. But weekly awards, let's see who won that for Orlando. How many weeks we won out of the 17. We know we won week 1 with Jaylon Jefferson. But he did not win another one until week 5 with 11 for 14, 391 passing yards. And he was out for part of the season because of a hand injury. And Patrick Peterson had 3 INTs. That was that pick 6 from, I think, Seattle. You guys probably remember that episode. If you don't, I'll have it in the link in the description. And we won a few. We did have Richard Sherman. He had 2 INTs. And Bobby Wagner, he had 1 sack and 1 fumble recovery. He did not claim a touchdown out of that. Week 13, Jameis Winston, that was a couple episodes ago, 307 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jaylon Jefferson won it 3 times this year, I feel like, because he's been a dominant player. 15 for 20, 369 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think it was against the Buccaneers, and that wraps it up for the Player of the Year award, weekly awards. But did we get any yearly awards is what my question is. And it looks like NFL-wise, no. But NFC does not look like any. Oh, Jaylon Jefferson, he did win at least Offensive Player of the Year with a legacy score of 822. Bobby Wagner won Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Did any of our Yes, we did. Quentin Adebayo, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year as well. And defensively, let's see if our Orlando Wizards know. But Jaylon Jefferson is not on the best QB. Any best wide receiver. Chris Godwin made it at number 1. So did Tyler Lockett for our Orlando Wizards. So that's all I wanted to show you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next episode.